All right, so the first thing I want to do is I'm going to just share with you where we've ended up here at the end of April. So I think actually we started literally on April 1st, and now we're ending on April 30th. So we used the entire month, and we've done a whole lot. So as you'll remember, here is our repository. I have to pull this down because Teams has like a lovely bar at the top that doesn't go away. So our Kanban board, I just wanted to show you, if you remember where we started, and as we've shown you this board throughout the month, it's kind of fluxed and it's ebbed and flowed. I think at one point we had like 25 or so items in this needs docs column. If you remember, I was saying, please help us write these. We really need help. And we did have a ton of people step up. So I really do appreciate that. One thing I wanted to note, so you'll see our board is pretty much empty now. We've closed almost 80 issues. So these are 80 different conventions or updates to the CDM documentation. We have one final one that I'm hoping to pull in today. So thank you to Adam Boris for doing that. And one other thing I was really excited about that is kind of like an unexpected boon from this work is that we identified a bunch of different items under the needs more work column. And you might think, Claire, you need more work. Like, why is that so exciting? But what I'm really excited about is that we were able to use the power of the community to really do a full landscape assessment on the forums, on our repositories, on all these different places where we had documentation. And we were able to identify all these different questions that the community still has, all these different ways in which people are trying to work with their data and trying to standardize their data that we really need to address. So what I'm really excited about is how we're going to take this whole big list of 37 questions, and Melanie is going to parlay that into hopefully much more work in the Themis working group. So she's going to be putting together a whole new board. We're going to be closing out this project since I think it's done what it was meant to do. And she's going to be taking all of these questions that are still out there, and we're going to be working through these in the Themis working group. So it was really nice to see just how much we could get done in this month, but also how much more we could do to really better, our data standardization and our understanding of the CDM for the community. So I'm very excited about this. It was really gratifying last night as I was looking through this and seeing the final ones move to done. It was very fun. All right, so with that, I do want to show you our final results of where we are with our Themis convention library. And I want you to pay attention because, as I said, we're going to have a little bit of fun and we're going to play a game here in a minute. And you're going to need to know where this convention library is. So I'm going to put this link in the chat. Oh, Melanie already beat me to it. So you're going to need this, and you're going to need the CDM documentation. But I just want to take you through a little bit. You guys have seen this as it's been building, but I do want to take you through how to navigate through this library. So the top ones here, we have a set of general conventions. So these are sets of conventions that we kind of think of them as maybe table agnostic, or maybe they touch multiple tables, or they're general ways that you should be working with your data. So for example, there is the question of person exclusion. So this is a question that comes up pretty frequently about, at what point should persons be excluded from the CDM? How do we make that decision? And then there's a whole list of different items. Many of these are data quality items that are also addressed by the data quality dashboard, but it's nice to have this all written out here. And of course, this touches multiple tables because if you exclude a person, you should also exclude all of their records. So that's why this is listed in general conventions. Another one similar is how do you deal with events outside of the observation period? So there's a really nice set of general conventions here. And then for those conventions that are specific to a table or perhaps a field in a table, that's this list of conventions here. So I've been showing you these as we've been moving through. But for example, we recently added a few for person. And I think, let's see, drug exposure, I think, is the one that has the most. So in the drug exposure example, you'll see sometimes there are table level conventions. So this one is talking about how you deal with different types of drug administration. So if you have records like the drug was ordered, the drug was dispensed, the drug was given, how you might map that level of information. And then you see here, we've got lots of different information. I think I pointed this out last time, but I'm just going to reiterate it. One of the things I was really seeing as really valuable coming from this Themis library are those points where we have multiple conventions related to one column. In this case, it's days supply, and they're slightly different. And so we're able to really build out this information and really walk through how to deal with different types of data you might be seeing in your native schema and how you can map that appropriately to the CDM. All right, and then our last thing we just added yesterday, so big thank you to Katie for putting this together. We now have a tag browser. So as I've been showing you throughout the weeks, we've been building out these tags. And now we have a really easy way to find all of these tags. So what we tried to do was make the tags not exactly line up with tables, if that makes sense. So in this case, we have a tag for labs. And I wanted to create a tag for labs because many people who come to the OMOP CDM and are mapping their data may not realize necessarily that the measurement table is where labs should live. Because oftentimes, if you have lab data, you call it lab data. We call it measurement data because it can be multiple different types of data with a numeric measurement or a numeric result. So we wanted to create tags that were intuitive, perhaps synonymous, and covered multiple different domains of data. So now you have this nice browser here. And as we continue to build out the library, we'll continue to build out this tag browser as well. All right, so then the other thing I just wanted to quickly touch on is some of those changes we've made to the CDM documentation. It largely looks the same, but I did want to point out to you here is now under conventions, there's a nice link out to the convention library. So if you have the CDM documentation bookmarked, you can very easily get over to the convention library. And then we've made a couple of different changes here under CDM version 5.4 documentation. This was something I was talking about last time and it's still not coming up for some reason. So I keep fixing it and it keeps leaving me. So I don't know what's happening there, but I will fix it again. But there is a page that shows you the tool support for the different CDM fields. And then we do have that page again that talks about the different types of OMOP CDM additions. So this was one of the things I really wanted to get put in here. So we are very clear about how we make changes to the CDM like we talked about last time. All right, so with that, are there any questions before we move on to our game? All right, so I'm going to bring up my PowerPoint here. All right, so I have these links to the CDM documentation and Themis library, but hopefully you guys already have these because you've seen me talk about them for the last month. All right, so really what I wanted to do before we jump into the game, I do want to say a big thank you to everybody. So our team leads were Erica Voss, Evanette Burrows, Jawei Chan, Katie Sadowski, and Maxime Moynat. They did a fantastic job really helping everybody move through this whole month of work. And I wanted to say a big thank you to our contributors. So we had a ton of people really give up their time and their talent. And this couldn't have been done without such a big community effort. So I really appreciate everybody who came together and really made this a reality. I wasn't sure, honestly, at the beginning, I have to admit, I wasn't sure we were going to be able to get it done. But looking at what we've built over just the course of a month, I think it really shows what the Odyssey community can do. Okay, so now I'm going to invite you to join our game. So we're going to be playing a game in, it's a website called GimKit. So if you go to gimkit.com/join and you enter this code here, 237884, I'm going to show you what that looks like here. So what we're going to play is a true or false game. Oh, I see people joining, yay. So we're going to play a true or false game. And what we're going to do is I'm going to give you statements about the CDM or the vocabulary tables or Themis conventions. The answers are going to be either in the Themis repository or the CDM documentation. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a statement and I'm going to give you 30 seconds to decide whether that statement is true or false. Red is true, blue is false. And I'm going to I have it up on my screen on my PowerPoint. And so what's going to happen is you choose whether you think my statement is true or false. You go either to red or blue. Then I'll reveal to you the answer, and everybody who gets it right gets 5 points. We're going to do 10 questions because I have 15, but what I wanted to do was the last 5. I wanted to do a sudden death round and see who the last person standing is, because I do have the option to make it so if you get a question wrong, your person is out. I can turn you guys into ghosts. So we're going to try it out. You're also going to have the opportunity to earn extra points if you're on the winning side and you can show me where you found the answer to my questions. So this is really exciting. I see all my lovely little people here. I love K Money, Boss's Boss. You know, this is a game for teachers because there is an option that says everybody has to have a friendly nickname. So you can't put in perhaps inappropriate words or phrases, which I think is very funny. Some teachers asked for that option. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the game. All right. Okay, so you should be able to see yourself on your screen and you should be able to move around. Okay, so we're gonna do a test question and then we're gonna see how it works, okay? So here's my test question. I, Clair Blacketer, have 2 dogs named Mayonnaise and Sandwich. And now this little gray bar is my 30-second timer. But I'm gonna come back, see here. Okay. See where we are with my timer here. Okay, I'm gonna freeze all players. So I'm gonna freeze you where you are. And it's true, I had 2 dogs named Mayonnaise and Sandwich, so I'm gonna give everybody in red 5 points. Now I'm gonna unfreeze you guys so you can move back around. All right, so that's how it works. You just go red or blue, true or false, and then I give you points if you get it right. So let's get started. So there's my dogs. That's Mayonnaise and that's Sandwich. They're good boys. You probably have seen them or heard them because they're very loud and sometimes annoying. All right, so here's my first question. True or false, if no year of birth is available and it cannot be approximated, the person should be dropped from the CDM. Okay, I'm going to give you 30 seconds on the clock here to make your answer. Okay, the answer is true. So I see most people got it right. Just to show you where you can see that. So I actually kind of gave a hint as I was showing you the convention library. So here under our general conventions, person exclusion, we do say here, if a person should be removed if they do not have a year of birth and it cannot be derived. So everybody who said true, you were right. Okay. All right. So next question. True or false? If a care site delivers multiple levels of care, like inpatient, outpatient, or maybe they're a pharmacy as well, then multiple records should be created in the care site table. 30 seconds on the clock. Switch back here. See what we're looking like here. Okay, we're pretty well half and half on this one. All right, it's been about 30 seconds. I'm going to freeze you guys on your answer here. Okay, the answer is false. You should actually only create one record per care site. And I'm going to show you where to find that. So I'm going to give blue 5 points. Everybody in blue is correct. It was false. And I'm going to show you really quickly where that is. So under care site, there's the place of service concept ID. And it says, if a care site has multiple types of visits or care associated, it's unclear which place of service should be used. And the convention says, you really just need to choose one that represents the setting that best represents the setting in which healthcare is provided. But it goes on to say, for example, if you have an inpatient hospital that also does, outpatient procedures, it's very common, you can set that specific visit concept at that person's visit. So if there is a person who is visiting an inpatient hospital but getting an outpatient level of care, you would put that on the visit concept ID. All right. Everybody got the hang of it so far? Going good, hopefully? All right. All right, so let's go to the next one. Okay, true or false? Okay, this is a hard one. I'm gonna stump you. Technically, only 2 tables must be populated in the OMOP CDM. True or false? Oh, I forgot to unfreeze you. My bad. Sorry, Erica. Thank you. I'm gonna give you extra time on that one. Sorry. Technically, only 2 tables must be populated in the OMOP CDM. True or false? Okay. The answer is actually, okay, I'm going to freeze everybody. The answer is actually false. It's 3 tables. Anybody on the false side able to tell me where they found it? I'm going to give you extra points. I'll give you 10 extra points if anybody can tell me where they can find that information. Oh, Erica Voss is doing a good job. Anybody know? Maxime's doing a good job, but he wrote this one too. So, okay, this one's a tricky one. So I'm going to show you where to find this one. So this one is in FAQ. Oh, let's see here. FAQ. It says, are any tables or fields optional? And it really, the only tables you must populate are person, observation period. And for you guys who have been around a while, you might have thought those were the only 2. Yes, very good, Christoph. The the third one is actually CDM source. I will give you 10 points, Christoph. Absolutely. I'm writing it down on my tablet. Okay, so Christoph gets plus 10. All right. Let me go back over here. I unfroze you guys, so you should be able to move around. Okay, next question. All right. All right, true or false? Every person in a CDM instance must have at least one observation period. True or false? Uh-oh. If you go back in, Peter, I tested this the other day. If you go back in with the same name, it like puts you back where you were. So I was trying to test what happens if I drop out. Okay. All right. Let's see where we are. Most people are on true, and you guys are right. Every person in the CDM needs at least one observation period. Very good job. That is a basic OMOP CDM-ism. Anybody willing, for an extra 10 points, willing to share with us where it says that? Anybody want to raise their hand? Tell me where it says that. Okay, no one's going to get the extra 10 points. So it does say it. Oh, yes. Erica did a good job. So Erica noted it's, let's see here, under events outside of the observation period. It does say, so this one is really more related to observation period. Yep, very good job. So Erica got it. And I'll give Carrie plus 10 as well. Carrie did a good job. And Eddie. Okay. So let me make sure. I think you guys are unfrozen. All right. So next question. Observation periods for an individual person can overlap in time, meaning the start date of one can occur within the time period of another. True or false? Okay. I see most people are almost done. All right. Okay. All right, this is false. Observation periods cannot overlap in time, so they must be discrete. Anybody willing to share where they found that? Anybody know where that's listed? Christoph, very good. It's also listed. Yep, very good job, Christoph. Oh, Prasant, very good. Yes, good job, guys. So that is listed on the CDM website under the observation period table. Heike, you get one too. Okay. Oh, Erica's really coming out in the lead here. Let's see how the leaderboard's looking. All right, Erica's doing really well. Maxine's doing really well. Okay. Let's see if I can find everybody here. Okay, Christoph. But Christoph has plus 20, so he's 35. All right, okay, next question. I think you guys are unfrozen. Okay, next question. If you only have the month and year of death, but not the day, the death record should be dropped. Is this true or false? Okay. Looks like it's mostly slowed down. So I think everybody's pretty much on the right track with this one. That is false. If you have the month and year, you can impute the day, the death day. Very good job, everybody. Anybody willing to tell us where you found it? Oh, Erica, very good job. Plus 10 to Erica. Oh, plus 10 to Heike, plus 10 to Wei. Good job, guys. That's exactly right. Very good job. Bonus points for using the Themis repository. Very good job. Okay. Next question. If the drug exposure record has negative days supply, then the record should be dropped. True or false? Okay. Seeing some movement here. People, it seems like everybody's kind of split on this one. Okay. So this one's actually true. This one is true. So I'm going to give everybody in red 5 points. Anybody know where to find that one? I also gave a hint to this one. Prasant, yes, very good, very good. All right. This is an important one because this actually came up in relation to US claims data or administrative data. A lot of times if there's a negative days supply, it can mean that the prescription was backed out. Oftentimes people might get a prescription called in, but they never go pick it up from the pharmacy. So the pharmacy has to, quote, back it out of the data. And so a lot of times you'll see a negative days supply there. So in those cases, we don't know if the person was actually exposed to the drug. So we err on the side of caution and we drop that record. Okay, next question. Here. Okay, next question. True or false? Multi-day visits, really meaning inpatient visits, can overlap, meaning they can share days other than the start and end days. Okay. True or false? Red or blue? Okay. Most everybody, so I'm seeing some movement, but this is actually false. This is similar to the observation period rule. So I'm going to give everybody over here in blue 5 points. You guys did a good job. Anybody able to tell me where they found this rule? Anybody on the blue side? I know I see Prasant over here. Yeah, Prasant is killing it. Great job. Christoph's killing it. Fabulous. They're coming for you, Erica. You're doing great. All right. Next one. Let's see. Okay. True or false? Measurement dot value as number cannot be a negative value. True or false? Value as number cannot be negative. Okay, I see some movement. Okay. All right, I think most everybody has found their home. So this is actually false. Measurement dot value as number can be negative for a small subset of concepts. Anybody got that link? Yes, fabulous. Erica, good job. Yes, perfect. Okay. Erica's got plus 10. Okay, fantastic. So let's take a look at the leaderboard really quickly. It's so high pressure. You're little blobby people running around. It's such high pressure. Erica's doing great. She's got 90 points. Let's see, who else is doing really well? Let's see, Wei, you've got 55 if I add in your extras here. Hopefully I can find, I'm thinking HG is Heike. So you've got 75 with your extra points. Christoph, with your extra points, you're at 60. All right, you guys are doing really great. Erica's still rocking it though. Okay, let's go to the next question. All right, true or false? A provider should be listed multiple times in the provider table if they have multiple specialties. True or false? Oh, let's see here. Oh man. All right, I think, oh, I forgot to start my timer, but that's okay. I think most people, everybody has found the answer to this one. All right, so the answer to this one is false. A provider should be listed only once, even if they have multiple specialties. So I'm gonna give everybody in blue 5 points. All right, you guys got the links to that one where you found that? Press on. Perfect. Ben, great job. Exactly right. Right. Add 10 to Ben. Fabulous. Yep, Erica's on it again. Good job, Erica. All right. All right, next question. Let's see, oh, we're getting, oh, actually, so we're gonna do one more and then we'll go to our sudden death round. Okay, true or false? Zip code in the location table can be used to store international postcodes. True or false? Oh, okay. Slowing down a little bit. I think most everybody found the answer to this one. This is true. While it's named zip code in the location table, it is correct and appropriate to store postcodes there as well. So if we go back over here, I'm gonna give everybody in red 5 points. Fabulous job. Okay, so in this round, I think Erica might be the winner here. I think Erica has done a fabulous job. Yes, thank you for all those links. Very good job, everybody. Okay, so round one, I think I'm gonna declare Erica the winner because she's got 60 points plus 50 extra points, so she's at 110 points. I think that's the most points that you can get. So Erica has gotten the most points. So round one goes to Voss's boss. Very good job, everybody. All right, so now this round, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. We're moving into sudden death mode. I'm not sure the half-life of our players, but we're gonna find out. So the way this works is, I'm gonna ask, I have 5 more questions. If you get it wrong, I'm gonna turn you into a ghost, meaning you're out of the game. So whoever's left standing at the end of 5 questions, those are gonna be our winners of round 2. And you're gonna get my undying love and devotion for being as invested in CDM and Themis documentation as I am. Okay, are you guys ready? Okay, first question in our sudden death round, true or false? The quantity should represent the actual quantity of the drug dispensed, but it can be recalculated or inferred based on dates if a patient discontinues a drug. So this is saying if a patient's discontinuation date is earlier than the quantity would imply, you should recalculate that quantity for the drug exposure. True or false? There is a specific Themis convention for this one. Okay, the answer is actually false. The quantity field should represent the actual amount that was dispensed based on the record that you're given in the native data. So I'm going to turn, before y'all move, I got to turn red into ghosts. Okay, y'all are all turning into ghosts. Okay, now you're all out. So now we're down to you guys over here. Okay, next question in our sudden death round. Next question. True or false? The concept ancestor table only includes parent-child relationships. True or false? And I want to say a big thank you to Masha. She did a lot of work to update the documentation for our vocabulary tables. She flew under the radar a little bit, but she did a fantastic job. True or false? Concept ancestor table only includes parent-child relationships. Okay. It's actually false. It includes all ancestor relationships. So I'm gonna go over here. Everybody in red, uh-oh, we're losing Erica. And actually, I'll show you where that one is in case you guys didn't know. So under CDM version 5.4, we've got concept ancestor, and it tells you, it includes records for all parent-child relationships as well as grandparent-grandchild relationships and those of any other level of lineage. So I might have tripped you up a little bit because I said concept ancestor includes only parent-child relationships, but it includes any lineage relationships. All right. Okay. So we're down to a handful here. I see Peter's still alive. Good job, Peter. All right. Okay, next question. True or false? You can have a measurement record without a value. True or false? Okay. All right, I see some movement here. All right, looks like everybody's pretty much chosen their spots. I'm going to go ahead and stop the timer. This is true. You can have a measurement record without a value. So I'm going to turn everybody over here. Sorry, guys, I saw one of y'all move over. I was not freezing you because I trusted you. Don't make me start freezing you again. All right, so now we're down to this group. I see Christoph is still alive. Y'all are doing really good. K-Money, I'm not sure who you are, but great job. Samir, Ben. All right, I think we've got only a couple more questions to go. Let's see here. True or false? You can check the version of your vocabulary by finding the record in the vocabulary table where vocabulary ID equals none. True or false? The version of your vocabulary is important because we know the vocabulary team has been doing their best to really keep us updated on their roadmap and produce such fabulous releases. They are doing such a great job. This is true. This is true. So if you ever need to know the version of your vocabulary, now you know the easy way to do it. So everybody who said false, see you later. All right, we're down to this group here. You guys are doing great. All right. Let's see. I think this might be my final question. All right, final question, true or false? You are not allowed to add columns to CDM tables to house site-specific information, true or false? If you were here at our community call last week, you would know the answer to this question. True or false, you are not allowed to add columns to house site-specific information. So I forgot to set my timer, but that is okay. Oh, looks like everybody, I think everybody got this right. That is false. You are allowed to add columns to the CDM to house site-specific information. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, let's see. Okay. We've got how many winners here? Looks like 8 winners. I'm gonna take a screenshot so I know who you guys are. And okay. Come down into my screen so I can see you. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Now I know who you guys are, and you might get a special prize at some point. We'll find out. Maybe it'll be something fun at the symposium. If we see you at the Global Symposium, I'll have something fun for you guys. As well as for Erica, because she did get the most points possible in round 1. So big ups to Erica there. All right. I'm going to stop sharing. Thank you all for participating in my game. I appreciate you humoring me. It was fun to really be able to go through and look at these questions and put them together and really utilize our resources that we've created this past month. So it was a fun game, but it was meant to get you guys looking at the repo and doing different things and having fun with it. So thank you again for humoring me. And thank you for letting Melanie and I take over the community calls for the month of April. We had talks in our April Olympians check-in. Maybe we'll do something similar next year. Keep our documentation up to date and do all these fun things with the community because we really enjoyed it. So thank you again.
Thank you so much, Claire. I mean, that was amazing. So thank you to Claire and Melanie for running this, but this was a fantastic game. High credit to George for being honest enough to move himself out of the picture because he missed the question, as he mentioned in the chat. Thank you to Erica for keeping me on the scoreboard in the first game because I literally just followed her person around until the one that she moved right at the end, and I missed that. That was sad. But thank you again. This was great. Everybody that Claire mentioned at the beginning who took part in this event, obviously the leadership was amazing, but for people in the community to join and help out all month was really wonderful. So thank you to everybody who was involved and great effort. We will be back next week to look back at another community event from April. That was DevCon. A lot of great sessions, presentations there, and we'll hear some of them next week. Otherwise, have a great day. Have a great week, everyone. We'll see you on next Tuesday. Bye.